Welcome in. Have a seat. Relax. Uh, I just want to go a little bit raw and scripted today. Today I want to talk about transcending, and when you become spiritually awakened and you realize that there is no polarity or non-duality into the multiverse, um, and we only see 0.0035 of visible light, which is the 3D world that we live in. If you can actually realize that we actually can't see the fourth dimension and fifth dimension, but it's there, right? Then, um, once you believe that, then you can transcend into those dimensions. However, you have to understand that there's dark before the dawn. And what that means is that when you step out of the 3D dimension, um, the universe or the one conscious mind isn't ready for you to be out into the fourth dimension or the multiverse. And just to give you an example, if you were to go up to the water cooler in your office, um, and you were to just talk about, let's say, you know, who killed JFK, right? Or was 9/11 an inside job? Our one conscious mind isn't ready to accept, those conspiracy theories, even if they're true or not. And what it will happen is when you step out of that 3D multiverse or three dimension and start talking about things that the one conscious mind isn't ready for, it's gonna say, you got to get back in line. They're gonna reprogram you to get back into that non-awakened state because it takes 1% of the world population uh, to change the whole conscious mind, and once that 1%, you know, can change the whole world consciousness. It's like everybody gets in line with that 1%, and it's not until then you can actually go up to the water cooler and say, wow, I can't believe the world finally realized that we never did land on the moon on our first go around. Like that was all staged, right? So, the universe likes to just hammer you back in to that one conscious mind of the 3D world. And so when you transcend, once you accepted your transcension or your transcend, when you transcend, once you've accepted that, then you're going to go through a phase which is called transmutation. And the transmutation is probably going to be the hardest part of your of this phase of getting into your desired reality, which is whatever it is you're trying to manifest. So, when you transmutate, you're gonna have a lot of hate. A lot of people are gonna hate you because you're stepping out of the one conscious mind of the 3D world, and so you step out of it and you start speaking truth, right? And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the 1% of the world to actually see your truth. And once they see that truth, everybody else will fall in line. And that's all it takes. Like I look back at like how we changed in when I grew up. Cigarettes, right, in restaurants were legal. You could smoke anywhere. And nowadays you can't even smoke a cigarette outside without questioning it. Is this legal? And it took 1% of the world consciousness to understand that this is not a good thing. So it takes time for progress, and when you get a lot of pushback for trying to express your truths, that is the one conscious mind of the 3D world that is trying to put you back in your non-awakened state. Um, so you know, when I when I come across that hate, um, it reminds me of the word equanimity. And equanimity is being able to step back and realize that you're actually experiencing a feeling of this hate. And the worst thing you can do is react to this hate, because that's what they want, and it's their insecurities that they're expressing onto you. So the worst thing you can do is react, and understand what it is that you're feeling, and recognize those feelings, and if you have to meditate or learn how to meditate, that's one thing that you can do is take a class on. I go to an open house where it's free. You can learn how to meditate, and you can kind of focus on your breathing, and not the thoughts. So, but anyway, back to transmutation. Once you go through this transmutation, eventually you're going to transform into the person that you're trying to become. And once you transform into that person, you'll stop doing the things that you did before you transcended. Because when you transcend, you start realizing that you had this dark night of the soul where you were doing a lot of bad things in your life that were habits and conditions, and once you become the butterfly that you transformed into, you're gonna stop doing those things that you did before you were transcending. So you wanna anyway. So this 30-day challenge that I'm doing, where I'm recording raw unscripted video, it's really helping me with clearing my throat chakra, and developing my voice. So I'd like to encourage everyone to try this. It's a 30-day challenge. Just record at least 10 minutes of unscripted raw footage video, and if you want content, this is a great way to get content. You can just transcribe the audio into text, and then you can go back and you can say, this is great information. I never knew this was into my subconsciousness. So that's a great idea. But anyway, again, thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you at my next video.